It's Happy Hour again from Uptown New Orleans. Hello, I'm Grant Morris. Happy Hour is part of the family of shows on the podcast network. It's neworleans.com. Thank you so much to Sig for sitting in for me last week. Last week I was in hell, and it wasn't as hot as this. Thank you very much. We're here all week. And you walk into a bar in New Orleans and you pull up a bar stool, you never know who's going to be sitting on either side of you. What you do know is no matter what they look like, what they're wearing, whether they just got out of a limousine or just got out of jail, they're going to be happy to talk to you, because that's New Orleans and this is Happy Hour. A cocktail-fueled 60 minutes of random conversation with folks who have nothing in common. Other than we're all New Orleanians in a bar today, we're at the fabulous Wayfair on Ferret Street, where thank God the AC is working and the drinks are free.
Heck yeah.
Nice. So what do you all drink? And Wayfair is a restaurant, I have to say this, Wayfair is a restaurant and a bar that serves handcrafted food and spirits, where they put fine dining into a sandwich. Have you eaten? Oh, you had a sandwich, Mashir, I see.
I had a salad. It was delicious.
Mashir Lake is here with us. You're back again.
Hello.
Hi, it's good
Thanks
to see
for having
you.
me
It's
back.
great to have you back.
I
You've got
thought
a
after last time you'd never want to see me.
Why?
again.
What happened last time? Can you remember?
No.
Me neither. You've got a super cute print dress on, though, with little flowers on it. Is it flowers or fruit? It's
Those
both,
are
actually.
apples. Yeah,
Apples.
flowers and
Yeah, okay,
fruit.
all right. Flowers and fruit.
Yeah.
And Vic Granata is here as well. Hey, Vic, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Brooke Boudreau. That's hard to say.
Boudreau, yes.
Brooke Boudreau or Brooke
Boudreau.
Boudreau.
It's tongue twister.
Shall I start again? Brooke Boudreau is with us as well. Hey, Brooke, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I heard you on Real NPR just the other day.
Oh, yeah, a lot of people heard me.
That's a very interesting thing. You're the most famous person we've had on, besides Andrew Duhon, who's here too.
I'm not as famous as him.
I
I was at the Moth last night. That makes me like NPR
Really?
clientele.
Did you tell a story?
No, just went.
Just hanging out?
Yeah.
What was the subject?
Living it up, I think. No, it was the fast lane.
The fast lane.
Yeah,
Are
so
there tons of people still going to that thing?
it's great. Yeah,
It's
tons
very
of people.
popular.
Yep.
And do the stories from the New Orleans Moth make it onto the National Moth thing?
Yeah, it's sort of like there's a winner every night. So there's fans who get voting cards, and so you get a 1 out of 10 mark, and the winner goes on to be. Yeah, probably on the national
On the
show.
national thing.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Do you guys listen to that? Brooke, you must, because you're like on NPR itself.
To be honest, I never listened to NPR.
How did that guy say? I heard you on Marketplace, which is the business
Right,
show.
yes.
So you're like a business person.
I'm not a business person, but people keep wanting to hear my input on business.
Why the hell
So,
would they care about your input on business if you're not a buess person?
Well,
Well,
my
you've got
family
a name
owns a
tag
business.
on. What is that?
I do have a name tag on.
What does it say?
It says Brooke, manager, Circle Food Store.
Well, so you're a manager of the Circle Food Store. If you're in management, that means you're in business.
Oh, is that what that means?
Oh, I don't know. Does it? Vic, are you in business?
I am. Actually, I own a business.
You're a business owner.
Yes, it's scary.
You're an entrepreneur.
Yeah. Let's not use that word.
No, it's a stupid fucking word, isn't it?
It is.
I
Yeah, I
agree.
hate that word, yeah.
What do you call yourself?
Oh, look, I just graduated college. Now I'm an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have a hat that says cock on it, though, which is
I do, yeah.
interesting, and it's an interesting choice of hats to wear to a show like this.
You should see the picture.
Yeah, it's a picture of a cow.
Why would you pick that to come to a show where you're going to be talking to a bunch of strangers? on a
Anything
podcast?
that covers my head is fine.
But
But
how many have you got?
I
How
think
many?
that's a good icebreaker, right?
That's why I guess that's why you did it.
Yep.
Well,
So
I
we'd
think,
have
I,
something.
think, well, I think it's interesting you noticed that.
Is that a
and
cock
not,
on your
and
head?
not the Bettie Page T-shirt. You
Bettie
went right.
Pa-
You went
Yeah.
right for the cock and not the Bettie
Well,
Page.
who wouldn't, right?
It's like a merit badge. It's
Always
like
go for the
got
cock.
one of
Yeah,
these.
real.
Yeah.
Thank you. And that's someone who's in business, right?
Right.
Cock
Always
first.
go for the cock.
Go for the cock. That's exactly right. What is Bettie Page? She went for the cock as well. Well, she was a pinup. Did you know?
Yeah.
Why are you wearing a Bettie Page T-shirt?
Honestly, it's my favorite T-shirt. It was a gift from a friend, and
Who gave it to you?
my buddy Dave, who lives in Atlanta. He knows that I like kind of like kitschy, funky, retro, 40s, 50s kind
Right.
of stuff, and
What kind of guys give each other T-shirts?
With Bettie Page on them.
gay dudes.
Yeah.
we're both gay.
You're both gay
yeah,
guys.
So yeah.
Okay.
They
So
make your pecs look great, though.
See? That's why I wear it. It's flattering to me. People look at Bettie Page and they go, "Oh wow, look at his chest."
Go straight from the cock to the tits.
Yeah.
there you go.
That's right.
It's
So-
win-win.
So is the cock a gay thing?
No, I just like this because it's a Gurin hat, and I love Gurin. And
It's who? It's a what
A
hat?
Gurin hat.
How do you spell that?
Goorin. They have
mean,
like a store and magazine.
Oh, it's
and
the people who bought. I thought it
There's
was.
one on royalty.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
thought you meant who designed it. It's just the hat that. Do they make their own hats?
Yeah, they do. And I had a skull cap with the same patch on it, and I
Are you
lost
Jewish
it
as
in a drunken
well?
night out. And no, Italian, so close.
Close enough.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, the same guild, but offset holidays and a whole different realm of cuisine. So
Right.
I want to find a nice Jewish boy to hang. Just that's
That
that's
would
my
be a
goal,
good.
yeah.
That would be a good match
Yeah,
for you. Are
yeah,
you
that'd be
looking for
cool.
one right now? Because we could help you out. We've done pretty well on this show.
Oh yeah, totally, yeah.
You're looking for a nice Jewish boy.
nice
What
Jewish boy,
qualities should he
Yeah,
have?
my mom will love him, and just the same familial guilt, and he has to be a good kisser.
A good kisser.
Yeah.
Ah,
The
okay.
kiss test is important.
Yeah,
It'll never work.
yeah.
Without it.
No.
No.
If you're not compatible kissing, it's never gonna
Yeah.
work.
Yeah.
Well, how do you
Yeah,
find
nothing
that
worse than
out?
teeth bumping together.
Can you teach kissing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
think.
but I don't think you should have to.
No, I
Works
agree with
or it
that,
doesn't,
but-
But
you know?
sometimes you gotta
Yes.
work with them. You
Yeah.
know, you can't just dismiss them.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah, you
last
can.
girl might have messed them up.
I remember being in the back of my
Hey, if you've
Corolla.
got shark tongue, you're always gonna have it. Okay, there's nothing
True.
I can do about
Very
that.
true.
What tongue?
Shark tongue.
Shark.
It goes like this.
tongue.
It stabs you.
It's gross.
Stabs you.
the darting? Wait, I want to hear about the back of the Corolla.
Oh, just
Yeah,
just
okay.
you know, I
Where's
was
the
in
back
the
of the Corolla?
back of the Corolla with my first girlfriend. And I remember that moment where I was just like, "Listen, we got to talk about this kissing thing and how it works." You know, because you know she was young and
You
know,
were- how old was she?
I think
5
I
or
was fairly
something?
graceful. we were in high school, you know. And,
Well, how did you know more than she did?
He's been
That's a
around.
good question. You know, I don't know. I just
Finally,
knew,
I
I
knew
knew
I'd
that I
come
was
up with
better
it.
at it than she was.
Well, she wasn't. Did she know that, or did
But
she?
maybe
No.
she's good at it with somebody else. Maybe.
Maybe.
You know?
Yeah, maybe.
Because, like shark tongue meets shark tongue, they're
Yeah.
probably going to be
You're
into
right,
each other,
you're
you
right.
know?
Yeah. Good
It's not that
point.
they're a bad kiss, or maybe they're just not good with
that
you.
feels
Although, but
so-
some people do like slobber all over your face.
I
And I don't
know.
see who could
Oh,
like that.
Yeah.
Puppies like that.
Puppies
Yeah.
love it. You're right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. They like slobbering over your face. Do they like people slobbering over them? Puppies even?
I think they like
I
other
think they do,
puppies
yeah.
slobbering all
right.
over them.
Hmm.
So,
Do you have a dog as well down there at the Circle Foods?
I do have a dog.
What do you got?
I don't know, a little mutt. His name is Tramp.
Tramp. Is he
Tramp.
allowed in the Circle Food store?
He secretly is. Yes.
Secretly,
Not so
because you're not
secret now.
supposed to be.
Well, you know, people get weirded out if you like have a dog walking around the store, but no, he stays in the office.
So Circle Foods is very famous in New Orleans. If you're listening to the show outside of New Orleans, it's down by the Mother-in-Law Lounge, by the freeway.
Yeah, a little past that. It's
Yeah.
St. Bernard and
That's-
Claiborne.
Yeah, St. Bernard and Claiborne, and it's like, I don't know, it never used to be that famous. It just used to be a grocery store, and then it got flooded in Katrina, and then
Right.
everybody decided it was a cause célèbre, and it was a horrible thing that the Circle Food store was gone, but up until then it was just a grocery store.
Right.
As far as I
Well,
know.
in that neighborhood, it was like the grocery store.
Yeah, but if you lived
And
there,
And
the
if you lived there, it
architecture,
wasn't. But I think, you know, everybody misses home. Everybody misses the way it was before. It is really old, too.
right,
The store itself, we're celebrating our 77th anniversary.
of the actual store itself.
Yes,
Has it
and
been
before
in your
that,
family that whole time?
that's a yes and no question.
Excellent.
The person who answered, the person who started the store, he became a part of my family when my dad started to work for him, and it's kind of how we got into it.
Hang on a minute, that's got to be interesting. You became a part of your family when your dad started to work for him?
Yeah, my dad
were
was
they,
in
were they like
grocery.
a couple or something?
No, not quite a couple, but they became best friends, and he became like a grandfather to me.
They
and
didn't buy each other T-shirts with Bettie Page.
I'm
That
pretty
would
sure
be-
they did buy each
They
other
did?
T-shirts.
Okay, there you go.
He was old school Creole, so it was a lot of, you know, it's almost like Italians. They're kissing all the time and they're hugging all the time.
We do kiss a lot.
Along with the Creoles, Italians, and puppies. Okay, so the guy he started the shop 70-something years ago. What was the building before that? You were going to say
It was the St. Bernard Market. So much like people, you know, they just redid the St. Roch Market. It was just one of the markets that the city had around as fresh food and sell stuff and whatever.
How did that work? Were they owned by the city? These places?
They were owned by the city.
And they were
and
open-air
then
type buildings.
the produce guy, he had his cart, and one day he came in. I don't know how he did it. I'm pretty sure he was kind of shady and was in with the mob, but he kind of bought it up from
Italian.
under.
He
married an Italian
like
lady.
My grandfather.
He did marry an Italian lady, so but yeah, he kind of bought it up from under everybody that also sold their wares there, closed it in, made it a grocery store, and was like, "Nah, you sell to me."
Wow.
So yeah, he was pretty badass.
And he was the guy that became friends with your grandfather.
Well, no, he became like my grandfather.
He became like your grandfather.
Yes.
But he was friends with your
Dad.
Your dad. Mm-hmm. So was your dad like 100 years old? Or something?
Yes, I guess. He's
90?
like 55, so that's about 100 years old.
Your dad's 55.
Yeah.
I'm not a mathematician, but
Carry the two.
I do know we have
I
a
mean,
dozen
that's half a
buttermilk drops.
century old, you know.
Have you had a buttermilk drop from the buttermilk drop itself?
I have.
We
yes.
can welcome to have some. We have regular ones and red velvet ones that our photographer Alison Moon bought us today
I'm gonna try a traditional.
because Alison's having a baby.
I'm gonna go for the pink one.
So this is a special.
I'm gonna try to chew it so the folks at home
Yeah, I
can
think
taste
I'm
it.
gonna
shower.
go red velvet.
No, she's not really. Look at her face. No, she's not. She just bought this because she's really kind to us. Michelle, you want one? You just have a salad. I know it might mess up your whole.
I mean,
Health.
I'm probably going to have one at the end of it. It's not a health issue. It's just there's only so much space in there.
Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I
Well,
use-
yeah, the
Gotta
salad.
make
looks
some
pretty
The
good.
salad.
Used to get these all the time.
They're good, right?
Mhm.
You used to
Brings
look
back
like-
childhood.
Yeah. Oh, really?
bit.
From Mackenzie's.
You taste the difference.
What do you think? I think this guy does a pretty good job of buttermilk.
These are
drops
great,
from
yeah.
the buttermilk
It's
drops,
Henry,
so-
right?
That's the guy Henry. Is he still there though? I think there was some
I used to live around the
scandal.
corner when it
Yeah, there was a big
from,
scandal.
Allison does live
Henry's
around the corner.
Deli when it was on St. Claude,
Okay.
right after the storm.
Well, what happened to him? There was some horrible scandal that he held them up.
I
He said that he didn't pay them or something.
It's weird.
Do you have-
I don't have
terrible.
any
He seemed like a
insight,
nice
but I
guy.
did hear about a scandal of some sort.
Right.
He was really great in that movie.
I think that's what happened. It sort of either went to his head or went to everybody else's head. And everybody, like, you know how that can be sometimes, and everyone thinks you're famous. Like you've been on NPR
I've been famous
for 5
for
minutes.
5 seconds.
Yeah.
and,
What's it like? Are people recognizing you? We're like, oh, look, it's the girl from Marketplace. They made you sound really great, though. I hope we can
They
make you sound
did.
as
I
great.
mean,
Your
they
voice-
did all the work.
But your voice sounded really engaging and intriguing,
it?
and yeah.
I was sitting there like, that does not sound like me.
Oh, really? They fixed it up. What
Well, I don't know what I sound like apparently because everyone else is like, that sounds exactly
Oh, it's
like
different
okay.
hearing it back than when it's coming out of your head.
Yeah.
Way different.
Well, Michelle, you must have that as an occupational hazard on you too, Andrew. You mean you hear yourself back all the time. You have to listen back to your songs.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that
yeah.
annoying at all?
Yeah, I mean, it can be, yeah. I mean, when I'm done with a record, I don't listen to it.
Are you done?
Hear
Are
it
you done with the
1,000
new
times.
one?
Well, yeah, we are putting out a limited edition for a European tour.
Okay.
But when I get back, it's going to be remastered, and I'm going to have, like, the full artwork done. We just didn't have time to get the full thing done before.
Remastered. Does
What does
anyone
that
know?
mean? I was just about to ask.
Mastering is a process that just, like, kind of opens the song like a flower and sets the level so it's going to sound good on any kind of whatever you choose to play it back on. And it was a rush job. I mean, this guy, Bruce Barrell, did a great job. I mean, sounds done to me, but he's got those ears, so we might
He's
go back
saying
in
it's
and
not
do-
done.
No, it's done, but it could
So-
be improved upon
so
maybe a little bit.
Most
but
of
it
us
sounds
know.
good to me.
Most of us know about mixing, which you have a board where they have faders that go up and down, and you make the drums sound louder and the vocals sound quieter or whatever.
Yeah, the final
So-
mixes go to get mastered.
So what
after
is
that.
what is mastering compared to mixing?
Mixing is when you take different parts of the song and edit them together or just like set the levels. And mastering is just like a finishing process on that.
Okay. Well, I can't. I don't even
I
have
can't
idea what
explain
that.
it
What is
totally
It's
because I don't know
confusing.
how to
Andrew, what is
master,
it?
but
It's a confusing thing. I think there's just a few elements like radio has a certain volume at which things play. So if you don't master it, you don't have that guy who brings
Yeah.
your waves and brings it right up to that level that's at the same volume level as all the other radio songs. So
Okay.
exactly.
So what does a mastering studio look
Oh,
like?
I got a text. Oh.
kind of the
Who
same
is
as a
it?
mixing studio, I think.
Tom McDermott texted you.
Oh,
Tom
cool.
McDermott
One of the
texted me.
great piano players in New Orleans.
He's
Right
the
on.
best.
What does he say? I saw you. I saw you play with Tom McDermott.
Well, I'm
somewhere.
supposed to play with him tonight, but he's in pain.
Oh,
Oh, hemorrhoids.
No.
What is it?
I don't
What is
know
it
if he
this
wants
time?
everybody to know,
He
but
does.
he was in the hospital.
Oh no.
So I've got Raphael Bass on guitar tonight, but
Well, is Tom McDermott okay?
he is fine. He
Is-
had a hernia.
Oh, that's bad.
that's no good.
Did he pick something up? Because that's a real mistake.
Maybe he tried to carry one of his pianos into the gig or
That'll
something.
that will give you hernia, I would
That'll
think.
do it.
Poor
Is
guy.
Raphael the fellow that I've seen you play with the jazz guitar? No,
No, that's Russell.
Russell. That's right. That rings a bell.
Russell Welch. Yeah,
Who's this Raphael guy?
He's been around town for a while. He's from France. He's quite talented. He plays at Bacchanal pretty often. Plays harmonica and really good gypsy style. He's sweet.
Okay, so where are you playing tonight?
Chickawawa,
All right.
28 Canal Street.
So where's the European tour taking you to?
We're starting in Denmark well, it looks like it's spelled Tonder, but they say Tune.
Oh.
I probably butchered that. I don't know. I can't do it.
Yeah.
And then we're going to the Netherlands for 11 days, and then Germany for one date, and then me and Russell are going to go play in a castle outside of Berlin
Sick.
for
Oh, wow.
2 weekends for
Wow.
a swing dance camp.
Nice.
That sounds awesome.
Swing dance camp.
How many people are you bringing
I'm gonna
on
go to
the?
that.
It's just me and Russell going to that, and then we're meeting up with friends of mine that live in Berlin.
Cool.
And they're gonna play with us. So
Nice.
it's gonna be full jazz
Yeah.
band. They're called the Dizzy Birds.
Are they German or are they from here?
Well, they're from all over. Carlos is from Spain. He plays trombone. The clarinetist is from Madagascar. The drummer's from France. The banjo player is from Berlin.
Okay.
Well, the banjo players from
Berlin's
Berlin.
like here. People come, it's kind
Right.
of like a mecca for artists and
Do you spend time?
musicians.
Do you spend time there?
Yeah, I do. I used to a lot more. Yeah.
What took you over there? Just music or your friends?
Love, music,
Love.
circus,
Wow.
bikes.
You want to go through them one at a time?
Yeah, sure.
Start
okay.
with which one? Love.
Love. All right. Well, I fell in love with this Latvian jazz musician that lived in Berlin, and went over there a few times a year for. I mean, I guess we didn't go for that long, but the last time I went there, I got my dog certified as a service animal, so I could take him on the airplane with me.
Nice.
Nice.
What
And
sort of
I
a
went with a
dog?
one-way ticket
Wow.
because I didn't know
Oh,
if I was going to
wow.
come back.
You
I
were
ended
that
up.
in love with the Latvian.
Oh yeah, we were going to get hitched, all that, whatever. We're good friends.
See, did you say he was Latvian?
Yeah,
He
from
was a
Latvia.
Latvian what? Again, I'm going to write
Latvian jazz musician.
Latvian. What sort of jazz do they play in Latvia?
Well, he really was into New Orleans jazz. He
Oh,
He
okay.
plays all kinds of styles, but he was in.
So
in
there's no
old
such thing as
style.
Latvian jazz in itself, then.
Not
He's just
that
a
I've
jazz
heard.
musician
No,
who comes
they
from
like to
Latvia.
sing
Okay.
traditional songs about pancakes, panakuchen, and they love to dance and sing. It's
Can you
actually
do
really
one?
cool
Do you
there.
know one?
No, that panakuchen. That's all I remember. Sorry.
Okay. I thought you might know the whole thing. What does that mean? Pancakes? Are cooked-
Pancakes.
Pancakes.
Yeah, they
panacook-
love their pancakes.
Interesting that they have the same sort of
That's good to know.
sounding derivative word for pancakes.
I love
panakuchen.
pancakes.
Is
Yeah. yeah.
that Latvian? So we know a little bit
That
of
is
Latvian
Latvian,
now.
yeah.
Okay, we've learned a Latvian word, panakuchen.
You can order a pancake if you ever go there, which I would recommend. Riga is the most beautiful city I've ever been to.
Riga is. Where was the pancake invented?
I don't know.
You think it was Latvian and the original word is panakuchen and we made it pancake?
No, I don't
No.
think so.
Bro-
Pancake. Cake in a pan. That sounds pretty English, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so they didn't come up with the pancake, the Latvians. They had to use our word.
Maybe.
Or did we,
Just because I almost married this guy doesn't mean I'm
You
not.
did
I'm no
almost
expert
marry.
on Latvian.
No, okay, but you almost married him.
But
That's-
he's been living in Germany since he was like 8 or so. His grandfather was intrinsic to the Latvian Revolution when they split from the USSR. They were occupied for 700 years. So he had to go to Germany to escape the KGB. So that's how his family ended up in
Wow,
Germany.
what an amazing story.
Right.
We think, we moved from mid-range
And
to
we haven't
mid-cities
even gotten to the bikes or the
Okay.
anything.
Well, what happened to... Well, okay, well, I have to write it down. What comes up next? Bikes, after love,
Oh, I ended
love,
up.
bikes.
We were part of this traveling circus that
Oh,
would.
circus, yeah.
We
okay,
biked
so we go-
through Italy and Greece, which was really hard for me with 100 pounds of stuff and a dog, and wild dogs chasing us a lot. That was really scary. But we'd stop and we'd busk and do some circus acts. Excuse me. Told you something would slip out.
she was in Greece and she did some circus.
Play a song and make some money to
Wow.
go to the next place. I did that for 6 months before. The music wasn't exactly satisfying to me coming from New Orleans. There was something about the rhythm section, something that was missing. So I decided not to move into this art theater squat in Berlin and to come home and start a jazz band instead.
And
that's how
did you...
Little Big
What was the
Horns
Latvian guy's name?
Tallis Shilde.
Tallis.
Tallis.
Tallis. I'm going to write that down too. What a great name. And
Hi,
did you-
Tallis.
Did you try and... Hey, Graham. Here's our fabulous producer, Graham DePonte.
Hi, Graham.
Graham,
Hi,
have a
Graham.
buttermilk drop from the buttermilk drop. Okay, well, all right. So, did you try and invite Tallis to move to New Orleans?
No.
Why not?
Well, I mean, I was living a pretty transient lifestyle at that point. Like, I would live in New Orleans for 6 months of the year and then travel the rest. New
Yeah.
Orleans has been home base since 2000, but I was traveling a lot more.
So when you
back
say
then.
to Tallis, come back to New Orleans with me, and then
He
we'll
would
start
have
a band.
for months. Oh, we broke up.
So before you...
Oh,
Came.
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, he cheated on me before I even got back over there, so
So he could...
it was pretty much over when
He
I got
wasn't
there.
cheating on you when you were riding a bike on the road with him in the same band.
We weren't together.
With a dog.
But the girl he cheated on me with was also in the band.
On a bicycle.
Yeah.
Naturally.
Yeah, that was fun. Ouch.
Yeah.
Wow. That
Man.
sounds a bit close for comfort.
Yeah, it sucked. But,
Oh,
but
my God.
it was amazing at the same time. I was like biking through the mountains in Greece and staying at occupied universities in Napoli, and like it was amazing. But at the same time, I was like, my heart's broken, but at least it's broken in Tuscany.
Wow. Wait.
I may have to tweet that later. I'm
Truth.
gonna have to quote you on that. That is awesome.
I was like, well, at least I'm at this beautiful farmhouse.
Did it make a difference, really? Did it make you feel not so heartbroken? Because that would be a good thing to know.
I think heartbroken is heartbroken, but I could also, see through that a bit and be like, this is an amazing experience. But it did definitely color that. I wasn't exactly happy.
This is one of these things you
There's
see
a
in
lot
like
of free wine.
in a movie or something. Though you're in the same band as
Yeah.
two people who, one of whom you're supposedly in love with, and the other woman who he's cheated on you with. It's like,
Yeah.
and they have to get up and play every night.
Yeah.
And not only that,
Hey,
but
the show must go on. I mean, I'm still playing with my ex, Russell Welch.
a different ex. Okay.
Yeah, my guitarist. We were together for 2 years. Hey, Nate Kettner, are we doing Eureka this year? No. Sorry, I got a text.
Okay.
Isn't
Who's-
that the nature of it, though? You end up being creative with certain people, and then
It's an
creativity
extremely intimate
breeds,
thing.
intimacy, and then, but I'd imagine you would have that notion when that you come to the front of that, and you say, oh wait, if this is kind of a point of no return. But what's nice is to do it with somebody who understands that if it doesn't work out, there's still that creativity that we should go back to.
Definitely. And the music is the most important thing. Like when me and Russell got together and he started playing in my band, I was like, all right, music and the relationship have to be somewhat separate. Like my first experience in a jazz band, I dated the band leader and we broke up and I got kicked out, and I promised Russell, which one? Hang on. I promised Russell that I wouldn't do that to him,
Yeah.
And we worked through it, and we're quite close now. He's still my emergency contact. It's not an easy thing, but it is a testament to character to be able to work
yeah.
through it. And the music is the most important thing. But yeah, that creative energy, it can definitely still be there.
Hey, Vic, do you have an emergency contact?
I do, actually. It's my business partner.
Who is that?
His name is Locke, or Loke.
Did he give you the T-shirt?
You don't even know his name?
That's Dave.
He pronounces it both ways, depending on...
How drunk he is.
Yes.
Okay.
I wish he got drunk more often. He's
So
my business partner. We've been friends for 20 years, and I'm closer to him than I am to anyone else in the world, and he's my emergency contact.
And what does he do? What business? He's your business partner in Cathedral.
Yeah, our marketing and advertising agency. Yeah,
What's
he's
it
my
called?
business partner.
Cathedral?
Cathedral Creative Studios.
Cathedral Creative Studios, CCS.
Um,
Is that right?
Yeah, I think
That
yeah,
would
I
be.
believe- Yeah, I believe,
if you
yeah, I
use
believe
it.
we are. Yeah.
And where is that? Here in New Orleans,
Yeah.
obviously.
It's on Julia Street in the Warehouse District.
Oh, cool. And he's from here, or neither of
No,
you?
actually, he was originally born in Vietnam. His family moved here when he was around 4 or 5 years old during when the war ended, and so they settled in Arkansas, and then he ended up in Chicago, and we randomly met and became friends, and we're both in the same industry. So when we moved here, we moved here specifically to open up our own creative shop, because the creative market in Chicago is, I don't know if I could say this on the air.
Yeah, you can say
Okay,
it.
all right, I
You
could
might
say
have to
this
say
on the
Really?
air?
I
Okay.
thought Chicago was meant to be this hip, fabulous city, didn't you, Brooke?
I did, and also aren't they like known
lived
for
in
their
Chicago,
huge
too.
agencies and such?
About 6 or 7 years ago when we moved here, things were a lot different, and also it's so huge and so aware of itself and so overdone. It's really sort of, because you see it in all the movies, it's pretty much become a caricature of itself.
Are
And
you
it's
serious?
cold.
Yeah.
It's cold.
I do
It's
miss that.
So cold.
I miss
You
the
miss
snow at
the
Christmas. I
cold?
miss the snow
I
at
miss
Christmas.
that kind of
Snow
cold.
at Christmas.
Well,
is
go
nice.
back for 3 or 4 days over Christmas, and
Well,
then
that's what I
Right.
do. And
Yeah.
it's stressful because I have to see my family.
Just open up
So-
your freezer or something. Get in there
Yeah,
for a
put
minute.
your head in the freezer.
mind you,
I remember like the hairs in my nose freezing together. Like,
Yeah.
In
I
Chicago.
like a good breeze. I'm excited to
Nice
go on tour and
breeze.
wear a jacket again. Snow's cool sometimes. No,
Yeah.
but when that starts to happen,
Snow's
it's-
cool when you don't have to go
It's
anywhere.
it's when your forehead
Yeah.
hurts.
Yeah.
When you walk
Oh,
outside
and the inside
your
of your
forehead
ears,
hurts.
then everything
that-
freezes.
yeah.
It's like the mandatory face mask with the scarf, and then the snot comes down, and then you got a snot ice mask.
yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
Snot.
Why do
No.
people do that to themselves?
Why
Frozen
do they
boogers. Nobody
live
likes
there?
frozen boogers.
Oh, that
I
sounds
think-
miserable.
I grew up in South Dakota, which, and then I moved to Chicago when
Where
I was
is that?
17.
I don't know
Oh, you lived in
geography.
Chicago too, Michelle?
Yeah,
you
for
lived there.
6 terrible, terrible months when I was 17.
Okay.
Months.
What,
But
what
is it not
made,
better than South Dakota? I can't even pick
No,
out South
well, 'cause-
Dakota. It's over here.
It's
somewhere.
right under North Dakota, right in the middle of the country, right in the middle of the
Yeah,
country,
right in the middle,
but
yeah.
1 state away from Canada.
Wow.
So
Okay, that's cold.
do you have a New Orleans public school education?
I do not. Actually, I
Where'd
went
you
to
go to
Ursuline Academy.
Well, you should know where Dakota is.
They
Man.
did
Really?
not
No.
teach
There's
me
a lot.
where
Didn't teach you
Dakota
anything?
is.
What they teach you over there at Ursuline's?
I can
You don't really
give
need
you
to
the
know
full
where the
history of
Dakota is.
Ursuline, but I can't pick out South or North Dakota on a
Yeah, like who's gonna,
on a
who's
map.
gonna know that? It might
Well,
be
they were
square
more
ones,
like,
dude. It's the square ones.
here are the cool places. South Dakota, I guess, did not make that.
It doesn't make the
list.
cut, no.
Which is the one with the presidents?
South Dakota. We
right.
are cooler than North Dakota.
All right, see,
Like
there we
one,
go.
one is completely a square, and then one's a square with like a little rat bite out of the side. But that's
got
it.
we got the
you
rat
know?
bite.
Yeah, the rat bite. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you
Yeah,
mean
that's
the
called
presidents? What-
culture.
The
Mount
Mount
Rushmore.
Oh, that's where Mount Rushmore is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mount
well, they
Rushmore.
took this perfectly beautiful mountain, blew it to fucking bits, and put these white racists on it
Yeah.
that destroyed Native American culture. It's
Yep.
great.
It's called
Wow.
America.
Awesome.
Thanks.
And who came up with that idea? Do you know? Did they teach
Some
you that?
white
I'm pretty
racist
I'm pretty
guy
sure it
that
was the
was
Native
a-
Americans.
No, it's Gutzon Borglum, and he was affiliated with the KKK. He also made Stone Mountain in Georgia. He was a dick.
Wow.
Excuse me.
But this is not the federal
Whoa.
government didn't do this. This was a private enterprise thing, this giant Mount Rushmore?
You know what? I don't know that
I think it
much.
was meant to be a temporary installation piece.
Yeah, right. Just spend 50 years.
Do you know
Put it
anything
in
about it,
Mount-
Brooke? They must have taught you that, surely,
What?
right?
Mount
You know?
Rushmore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of it. I've seen the presidents.
Anybody
Me
else
too.
need a
I don't
drink?
get it.
Yeah, I
Yes.
suppose, yes.
What
I'll
you
do.
want?
I'll do a
Graham
green
can
flash,
hook us
pretty
up.
please.
Graham, can you hook us up with a couple of drinks?
What?
Yeah,
What
she's
do we
got us.
need?
Oh,
A
I would like
a glass
another
of-
Sauvignon Blanc, please, mademoiselle.
And
Could I do
Andrew
a
needs-
green flash IPA, pretty please? And
And Vic's having a.
I'll
wait till you
take
hear
a
this.
dark and
Wait till you hear
stormy.
this. Vic, tell us what you're drinking.
Bombay Martini.
Into the microphone. so we
Let's just
can,
make
Ba-
the boss
ba-
be our
Bombay?
waitress, shall we?
Not Sep.
What?
Isn't she the boss? She's the producer?
Yes, Graham's in charge of everything.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, say this into the.
Say it to the
Vic,
mic.
All right, all right.
I wanna hear this.
All right. A Bombay Martini up, very dry.
There's
Olives,
more, though.
olives,
I like mine
no
really
brine.
dirty and really wet.
Olives.
Olives,
Oh,
no
yes,
Really
brine.
dirty, really dry.
Oh yes, I like it really dry, so like almost no vermouth.
Yeah,
and
no,
then and then not dirty
Swish
at all.
it in the glass,
Yeah.
pour it out. Yeah.
Okay, so now is this just an alcoholic
So
thing
you
or a gay
basically
thing?
just
or what?
like to drink gin.
Yes
A
and
beer.
yes. No, actually, yeah.
Gin with
I-
olives
I-
in it.
Ice cold gin in a fancy cup. Yeah,
With
I'm
olives,
all
yeah.
with it. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's how I like
no,
too, but I
actually,
like the olive juice in it.
I like sort of like the history and the ritual of it.
Right.
And my grandmother was a Manhattan drinker. She loved her Manhattans and playing poker. And there was just a whole thing with I love the glass. I love the fact that it comes with a process to making the drink. And I used to
Right.
bartend in
I
Chicago.
get that.
So I
the more
like-
work someone puts into something for me, the more I like it.
Yeah, it's exciting, and I like seeing that. And when they asked if I wanted it shaken or stirred, I said stirred because gin gets stirred, but vodka gets shaken. If
Why
you get a
is
vodka
that?
martini, because you bruise the gin if you shake the gin. And I got that from
Gin
Auntie
bruises?
Mame.
I didn't
know
I got that
that.
from Auntie Mame.
What?
Rosalind Russell,
Okay.
1956, 57, something.
I've never heard of bruising gin. I wouldn't even know what that means.
What happens when you
That's
bruise
wild.
gin? Does it get like a bruise? Does it taste
I don't
different?
know.
Does
I just
it yell at
just
you?
flattens
it was
It
Auntie
flattens
Mame,
the
and I liked
flavor.
it. So
You know, we should do a taste test. We should bruise it up and then.
Yeah.
bruise that gin.
Yeah. And then see if you can
I'm
tell
a-
the difference between bruised
I'm
and.
Italian. I know how to bruise gin.
I prefer gin that fell down the stairs.
Right. My gin walked into a door.
Well, that's very. Now, are you going to eat these olives or you don't eat
Oh yeah,
them?
absolutely. Yeah.
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 Because
That's
if you
good.
don't, I will.
Oh, you're welcome to have one.
Can I have one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.
That's nice.
Is there
okay.
booze in it? I love food with booze in it.
I know.
Yeah, me
That's
too. But food with booze is the best.
I love
We should
people
pour
with
some
booze in
booze
them.
over
And
these buttermilk drops. That
Ooh,
might make
nah.
That's actually why I like martinis because they come with food.
because it's
I
got.
ju- it comes
Right,
with food. That's such a
right.
that's such a
What
great.
about
oh,
Bloody
you're
Mary? Comes with a whole meal.
welcome. Oh my
like a
god, I
produce
love Bloody
bag,
Mary,
yeah.
especially when they put like the cured meats and the pepperoni.
Oh,
and
shrimp.
stuff like
bacon
that.
and
Oh
okra.
yeah, that's
fucking
yeah.
pile that shit.
I hate the Bloody Marys.
Why, Brooke?
They're disgusting. Well, they just remind me that I should be eating spaghetti, and there's no meatball in it, and there's no
There could be.
pasta. It's just cold spaghetti sauce. I'm like, maybe can I get
I
some
see your
pasta put in
point.
here.
I've definitely gone through Bloody Mary phases, but right now, if I'm gonna have a morning drink, it's a mimosa.
Wait a minute.
Oh,
How come
mimosas.
nobody's made a spaghetti-o Bloody Mary?
Because that's disgusting.
People aren't as genius as you.
That's
disgusting
what's
in
gotta-
theory.
That's not disgusting.
That
That would be
sounds
amazing.
amazing.
Well,
Yeah.
you know what? They because they make vodka sauce. Tomato vodka sauce can go over pasta.
Okay.
Huh?
Well, I mean, we're on our way
There's
here.
no
Yeah.
vodka in it. Not if
Yeah,
you buy it
there
in a
is.
jar.
No.
Well, it's probably vodka, but the alcohol's
They
been cooked
cook
off.
it out.
They cook the alcohol out. Yeah.
But the vodka's
that's
there,
why you
whatever
gotta
that
make it
means.
from scratch.
But you could not cook it out. Just throw it in there.
Yeah.
That's
Put
what
it
I
in
do.
a last,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you don't
Add some
think
more.
pasta and vodka would be kind of gross?
No.
No?
No, not if it's tossed with some Parmesan cheese.
Well, I
That's totally fine.
personally,
Really?
I like booze and everything. I'm not a vodka fan, but if you gave it to me,
Here's what I'm
with
thinking. All right.
SpaghettiOs,
So maybe.
I'd eat it.
All right. Here's what you think you're envisioning is like sipping the Bloody Mary and getting SpaghettiOs, and that's a little weird.
That's a little
what,
weird.
What if it's
That's what I'm thinking,
what if
yeah.
it's like spaghetti at the bottom, and you're just drinking, and then you get down there?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Oh, I would totally be on board with that.
I'm with you.
I would love that.
right? Tiny
That
little
sounds-
meatballs.
No,
Yeah.
that sounds like a fly.
I'm
or
gonna
something.
try that this weekend. Make
me
my own
know.
little brunch.
Well, y'all just
Talk
let
to
me
me.
know
You
how
get
it
like
goes. I'll put a strawberry in my mimosa.
Yeah,
We'll do a taste
Same
test and then
thing.
get back to you on whether or not
We're gonna go to
trying.
Circle Foods. They're gonna have like a corner stand with just like jugs.
Oh, that's disgusting. There's actual spaghetti in the bottom of your drink. Would be.
I love it. I love
Just
it.
take a can of Chef Boyardee.
Yeah.
Put it in a pint glass.
Why don't we
put
serve
some
them out of
vodka
Chef
in there, and
Boyardee
there you
cans?
go. Oh, this
I'll
is
serve
getting
them
better.
Serve them out of
Boyardee
Chef
cans.
Boyardee cans.
Yeah, now you're
I like
talking.
that
This
idea.
actually might
Thank
work.
you very much.
This is working. This is
Yes,
working.
I think you're
Oh,
onto
it's gonna be
something.
the new like pop-up craze.
That's it. You know. This is
Hey.
how we make money.
Hey,
It's
Michelle,
never an art.
what sort of songs are on the new album's called Fool's Gold? it says
No. Oh, I mean
What's the
that
new-
was the newest
here.
one.
What's
We
the
just
what's the
finished
new one called?
It's called Bad Kids Club.
Bad Kids Club. Oh, that's a great title. Who came up with that? Is club spelled C-L-U-B?
Yeah.
It's
well,
not with a K or anything.
no, just normal. I don't know. We didn't invent Bad Kids Club.
Is it a double
You just were
entendre
a
where
bad
it's like a
kid.
collective of bad kids and also the thing at school that's in the corner to deter you from
It's
being
like-
bad?
No, it's like smoking in the bathroom.
Look at these-
Yeah,
it's like Bad Kids
the
Club.
collective,
We're the
yeah.
ones that smoke weed on the break.
Oh, okay.
You know, we're in the Bad Kids Club.
Do you want to play something off of it?
I can't.
You can't?
No.
Okay. Would you want me to play something off of it?
You can't either.
You
You don't
teach
have
me a
it.
song. What do you mean you can't?
I can't.
I mean live. You couldn't play the guitar and sing a song from it?
No, not off that one.
Why is that? Though?
Because I don't know. I just sang on.
Jazz chords.
Don't know. Too hard.
Yeah, for me on guitar, yeah. And
Oh,
I just
okay.
don't know them. I
Weird.
could sing
Oh,
one
okay.
a cappella, but that would be stupid and weird.
I don't know if it'd be
No, you
super
don't do
weird.
that. Well, what do you want to play? Because I have to read these commercials, so you could play something underneath me, and then we could segue into a
Andrew
song.
should play. I don't want to.
All right,
You wanna
I'll
play
play a
anything?
song underneath the stuff, and then you
Okay.
play your own tune after that. How about that?
All right, deal.
All right.
All right, that sounds good. Hey, look, they bought you a little glass of wine in a thing. You have to pour it yourself.
Sure.
You got
I'll
another
play
message.
Whatever you want.
Okay. You got another message from on Facebook or something?
Yeah,
important?
that's no
Nothing. Okay.
somebody I don't actually know. Weird on Facebook.
Somebody
That's
you
my
don't-
friend that I don't know in person.
How
No
weird.
way.
I think that was me.
Was it?
I don't know.
Your real name is Justin Carr?
Well, that's what I go by on Facebook.
Ah,
It's
okay.
my-
Yeah, you don't want the
it's-
feds to know.
Yeah, it's my cockhead, Bettie Page.
Why do you have Facebook messages coming up on your phone, though? I turned those off.
I don't, because I don't know how to work this thing.
Someone will tell you how to do that or turn off the notifications of that. It's super annoying, isn't it? Getting messages from people you
I'm
don't know
really
on
good at
Facebook.
tuning things out.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so Andrew's going to play something romantic and,
Oh.
and touching.
I got
And
this
Ernest.
snake guy here.
Yeah, that's nice. Hey, I'd like to tell you about these people who made our show possible today. Our show today is brought to us in part by Petite Pet Care. If you're going out of town or you have a crazy schedule, the folks at Petite Pet Care will take care of your pet in his or her own home. For loving care when you're not there, go to petitepetcare.com. Also, thanks to Basic Swim and Gym, a full range of fashion swimsuits, workout and yoga clothes with style. The all-new Basic Swim and Gym, it's not all that new anymore, especially just say the new Basic Swim and Gym is on Magazine Street near Jefferson Avenue. Thank you, too, and this is something you guys need to listen up to. Hangover Destroyer. Have you ever heard of that? Vic's got his glasses on now. Oh, nice. Look, okay.
That's the IV, right?
Can you see me better now or
yes,
worse?
Better. I thought it was at the table by myself. So
Hangover Destroyer, Vic, is the only all-natural product medically proven to prevent a hangover. How about that for an idea? If you can go to the Hangover Destroyer website, it's hdestroyer.com, and you write happy hour in the coupon code, you'll get 30% off Hangover Destroyer, and you too can seize the dawn. Thanks to wow, that's loud, unlistednolder.com, the revolutionary new way to buy a house in New Orleans. Did you see all the stuff about the price of houses going through the roof?
46%.
Pardon the pun. 46%.
See, this is, you know all about
I just saw that. Yeah,
I saw that on the
I just saw
paper
it too.
today, yeah. It's crazy.
Well, you're up with the news because you listen to NPR every day.
Well, we get papers at the store, and I pass by, and I can read them for free and put them back.
Oh, good idea. Do you put them back in the middle?
Slide them back
Slide
in.
them back in. So people are still buying the newspaper.
Some people do, yes.
That surprises me. I thought nobody would be buying any papers anymore.
Actually, no, they actually get
nothing-
a good bit of people buying.
There's nothing to read in the fucking paper,
Wednesday
frankly.
now. Remember when Sunday used to be like
Yeah.
it's Wednesday.
Wednesday's the big paper.
Blows Sunday out of the water
Really?
these
like
days.
the Wednesday paper's a thing now.
It's
Wow.
the food issue.
Yeah.
So apparently people are down for the food issues.
Oh, really? Okay. That's really interesting.
Politics,
What is there to read about food that you don't know about in the newspaper, I wonder?
Well, there's this new Bloody Mary. With
If you know what you're looking for, you can find your perfect match before it comes on the house market. It's thematch.com of real estate. It's unlistednolder.com. Thank you very much. That's the end of that.
Thank you, Andrew.
Yay!
Nice. Very nice.
Oh, thanks, y'all.
Okay. Okay, Michelle, what are you going to play? What do you think?
I don't know.
We've got to grab your guitar
Well, I was gonna play
somewhere.
something sad, but instead I'll play something a little less sad.
A little less sad. Okay.
like sad.
We
It
can
might
go
actually
either way.
be the
Yeah,
same
Andrew.
song we played
Andrew likes
last
to bring
time.
us down.
Yeah.
You can play us a sad song if you
Bring
want. We
us
can handle
down.
it.
Bring
And you
us
want like
down.
country tune, or do you want like I'm so sad?
Are those the only two kind of songs you sing?
I'm
Yeah.
a part of the '80s, so anything that will make me want to open up my wrists is kind of like what I'm on board with. So
I don't know, but I'm drinking, so I can be
I'm
down.
gonna go with the major chord one.
All right.
Slightly out of tunes or whatever. Maybe a hard loving man. Maybe I'm a hard to love woman. But it may be sometimes when you look in my eyes, tremble with love we can't stand. Oh, an easy love will never win my hand. Today I walked away from your grace, but my heart will beat right in its place. I'll travel these miles, run through the wild, knowing how soft I will land, back in the arms of my heart-loving man. Shadow comes over my face. All my hope it falls without trace. But I know in my bones I won't end up alone. Soon the heavens will reveal a soul shining like mine, a heart so divine, nothing else seems real. Back in the arms of my heart-loving man, back in the arms of my heart-loving man.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
Oh, there's people here.
Oh my God. You know, you can see what this looks like if you go to our Facebook page or you go to our website, itsneworleans.com, and go to the happy hour page. You can see what this looks like. But
or come to Wayfair any
or just
Wednesday,
come on
4 o'clock. Come check out the show.
We're sitting around a tiny little table where we're all kind of touching each other. It's so small. And just to pick up a guitar and be able to do that is just, it's extraordinary, isn't it?
Amazing.
It was the alcohol. Thank you, though.
Really?
I just made that up. Just came out.
That is amazing. That's amazing to be able to just sit there and do that.
Thanks.
I mean, you think you just, like all of us are just having a conversation and we're ordinary people, but some of us aren't so ordinary. Wouldn't you love to be able to do that, Vic? Just pick up a guitar and play?
I wish
Sing?
I could. Yeah, I wish I could. Yeah.
Have you ever tried playing anything?
I took piano lessons when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I used to use a tennis racket and pretend I was in the Partridge Family when I was even a younger kid.
Oh, can you do that now?
But dude, there's no tennis
that'd be
racket. There's no tennis racket,
We can
or
find
I do
something similar.
it. I think I love you. No, I ended up more like visual than vocal. So
how did you stumble on knowing you could do that?
I always did. Since I was a kid, I always drew. I always created my own little. I used to like to make book covers and movie posters when I was a teenager for just things that didn't even exist. I just enjoyed
for
doing
non-existent books and movies,
or stuff that I would write. And I would write a story, but I was more focused on, once I've done the story, then I could do what would be the awesome book cover for this when it gets published, because I was 17 and I thought that would happen. Hi, I'll write a novel. It's so easy.
Did you write it anywhere near a whole
still?
novel? Yeah.
Well, as an adult, it seems more realistic, but that whole, when you're 17, you feel like you could do anything. And that this story that I'm writing is the greatest story ever, and then you go back and you read it 10 years later and oh God, I was so 17. I thought this was genius, and it was very much influenced.
I also thought I was going to marry Robert Smith someday.
Yeah.
So,
From The Cure?
Yeah.
Did you ever get to meet Robert Smith from The Cure? He doesn't
No,
look,
but
he
I
doesn't look
did
that
just
great.
get to sing with the Pogue.
Which one?
Huh.
Spider Stacy.
How'd that happen?
Well, me and Spider and his wife, Louise, have been friends for a few years. And Spider fell in love with the Lost Bayou Ramblers.
Cool.
And decided he wanted to start this series called Poetry in Motion, where he gets a band that he loves, to learn some Pogue songs, and he sings them. So Lost Bayou Ramblers was the first installment of that. Maybe it'll just be them, too, because the show was so awesome. I got to do Fairy Tale of New York, and A Man You Don't Meet Every Day, and for Kirsty MacColl, because she's dead.
Oh my God, how cool is that? And then, whoa.
That was for
Okay.
Kirsty.
Yeah.
And you just tipped some wine on the floor. That's a superstition?
That's,
You never poured alcohol out
pour
for your
one
dead
out for your homies.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't know anything about that.
Really?
Well, no, you're
Hey,
dead
they're
homies.
thirsty too.
Yeah, dude. You know.
Brooke, do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I do it. Well, no, I pour it in my throat because my homies, they would be more
Atta
like,
girl.
why are you wasting this? I'm getting a call.
You can take it if you
I
want.
can't. It looks business. It's from Tulane.
Tulane. Now you can put it on speakerphone and take it. We'll help you.
It's her doctor.
No.
We've got the test results back.
Please pretend to be your secretary.
No, I think that I remember
sorry she's
that
not
being
available.
somebody. I
What
think
do
that's
you?
where-
What's the deal with Tulane? What are you doing with them?
No. We're doing a catering order for Tulane, and so
you do
I'm
catering
pretty
as
sure.
well.
Yeah, we do it all. We are the home of the Pink Elephant, so
What?
it means that.
Look, you have a pink elephant tattooed on
see
your
that?
arm.
Your pink elephant has one eye.
That's because it's wasted.
Nice. But it's kind of like
What-
if you want a pink elephant, we'll get it for you.
What does a
as
pink
long as you
elephant
wanna-
see? That's a good question. What does a pink elephant see when it's drunk?
More pink elephants. Lots of them.
Good.
You never saw
That's
Dumbo?
Dumbo, I
wasn't
can't-
pink.
Ah, but when he
But in
drank
the
too much
dream.
champagne,
Yes.
right.
There was the
he started hallucinating.
That's true.
And I know about y'all, but in my early 20s, I did a lot of acid.
I did not do a lot of acid.
Don't bother.
Do you think it was a mistake to have done it now you look back on it?
No way.
It was good.
I mean, I don't.
You
really
appreciate
regret
it for what it was at the time.
Yeah, it made me part of who I am now.
Yes.
So it's all part of it.
No
And
regrets.
I mean, besides this crazy tick and my inability to communicate with others, I think everything turned out fine.
I think you're doing
You
great.
communicate musically.
The only bad thing about acid is that you don't actually get flashbacks. Have you ever had one?
No, I haven't.
I've never had one
You
either.
know what?
That's
I
the worst
haven't.
part. They sold
The
it
media
to you.
says that you're going to get flashbacks,
that was the
like
hell they-
Jacob's Ladder and stuff.
So,
No.
so everything that movies and
never
TV
had-
told me have been wrong.
It's
all
a
bullshit.
lie.
Yes.
And Santa Claus isn't real.
Wait, Santa Claus is real, so
Yeah, he
Okay,
works
I'll
at
give
the
him
mall.
that.
There's a lot of them.
I'm gonna have to.
And what about
disagree.
marijuana being the gateway drug to everything? That never worked out well. Well, I never
I
found
don't think
that.
it did.
It's
No.
So a lot of this drug myths aren't true. So you can go back to doing acid and don't worry about it.
No, I think I'm good.
I wouldn't do it
Good.
now, but
Me either.
You don't do any
No.
drugs now, or
I didn't say that. I just said
Oh,
I didn't do acid.
I didn't know this
let's
was
not
like
lose
a
our
Dare
heads.
commercial or something.
No, I don't know. No.
a beer commercial.
Dare drugs
Dare.
are really
Dare, yeah.
expensive.
Dare to keep kids off drugs.
But Vic, you've done ads for Heineken.
Well, I worked on them when I was an intern. Yeah, so I did some promotional
intern.
material, some point of purchase, some point of sale stuff.
What does that
Yeah.
mean? Are you drew a poster?
Posters, signage, pretty much stuff that you would see at registers, stuff that you would see on displays.
Do you actually? So when you
Cool.
go to the store and you see something that says like Heineken, you drew that. You actually know the guy.
Well, 20 years ago, if you would have gone to the store and gone, you would
we
have seen
were
stuff I
going
worked
to the
on.
store 20
Yeah,
years ago
yeah.
buying a lot
Yeah,
of Heineken.
Yeah,
actually.
and specifically in Chicago, because the agency that I was an intern at, it was everything they did was local, but for a national client. So
Did you
yeah.
go and sign your name like that is my artwork?
Yeah.
You're welcome, grocery store.
Okay, this is
Here
pretty
you go,
weird.
public. This one's on me.
So listen, as a manager, Brooke, did you know this, that they have a giant international company like Heineken has a particular local poster?
Yes, I do know that about a lot of companies. They actually send people and have very specific messages to send out to different communities.
So they're trying to sell us beer based on our specific local.
Yes.
Yeah,
Likes and
Locally,
dislikes.
economically,
Yeah.
racially.
Yeah, that was
male,
Really?
female. Yeah.
Like
I mean, they came out with Heineken Light for women because women just like to see light in front of things, apparently. I was also in marketing for a long time. I have a master's in marketing, so I did know a lot of those things.
Is it actually light, or they're just like,
it's just watered
girl,
down.
you're still gonna get
the
fat.
bottles are different. The bottles are different color. So
It's a white case, so it's lighter. It makes you feel lighter, I guess. I don't drink beer, so I don't know anything about it, but
But would they
What are
bring?
you drinking?
Yeah,
that
what
is
that?
a dark and stormy, and I'm
Look at the
lapping
size of
everybody here. Well, this is a double, and the one I
It's
had before this
huge.
was a double,
Damn.
and the one
hang
before
on.
that was a
Jeez,
single.
you're
Nice
good.
work.
So a dark and stormy is dark rum and ginger beer.
Yes, but
But that's a huge drink.
the thing about it is, every dark and stormy is not made the same. Dark and
Aha.
Stormy was created by the Gosling brand, who has the Gosling rum and the Gosling ginger beer. And if they don't have both, they're technically not a Dark and Stormy. But
I thought it was Myers
still
dark
call
rum,
it.
and I
But
use
you can
Myers
still
dark rum
do-
and Reed's ginger beer.
well, I mean,
Rum and ginger.
What does that make?
a fake Dark and
Fake.
Stormy,
So what would that be called? So
a
that
dark and gloomy.
well, I never knew that. I never knew there was a Gosling rum and ginger beer even.
A Stark and
Stark and Dormy.
Formy. Stark and Dormy.
So so your family owns the Circle Food store, but you didn't have to go work there, seeing you have a master's and
I
you could go
fought
off to
it.
Chicago.
I fought it so hard. I did every job under the sun to not work for my parents.
I bet. What did you do?
I worked overnight at a hotel, which
Jesus,
was
that's
awesome.
desperate.
Anything, well, it was least amount of responsibility, right? So anything
Overnight.
that,
And you get time to yourself, right?
well, it's
you can read
awesome.
books, you
and
can
then
write.
It's awesome.
you can
In
go
what
drinking
respects?
at 7 a.m. because you and your coworkers get off, and you're like, this is our nighttime. So 7 a.m.
That's your nightcap.
And it's New Orleans, so everything's still open.
That was the upside. You could go drinking at 7 a.m.
Right.
when you get off work.
Well, no, it's
Okay.
all, but I
So-
also had my whole day, and then I would go to work.
What did you do
wasted
at
half
night?
The time. I went through every stage of being hungover while awake.
way at work. What was your actual job and what was the hotel?
Hilton Riverside, I was one of the night auditors, which is a fancy word for saying I worked the front desk and anything else that people needed late at night.
So what do people need late at night at the Hilton Riverside typically?
Aside from towels, lots of condoms.
Condoms.
Although
Number
you
one.
don't keep condoms at the hotel, that's when I came up with the idea. Was some friends of mine, we'd be like,
Just
I
sell
had
them.
a condom Like, if I kept condoms, I would just sell. Like,
Yeah.
guys would come up to the desk and be like, look, if you go down the street, I will give you $25. Like, I'm like, I can't leave. They're like, $50. I'm
Wow.
like, dude, it's not happening. Like, you should have thought ahead.
Why don't you go down the street?
How long did it take you before you took some condoms in your pocket to work, for God's sakes?
Well, I only took a couple because I felt sorry for certain guys, and I would give them to them. But I technically wasn't
repeat
supposed
offenders?
to. Well, yeah, it used to be like the same people. They would meet people at Harris.
Wow.
People.
That's a record.
People.
A lot of
quote, unquote.
prostitutes hanging out at Harris late at night, by the way.
Do you have to have a condom to have sex with a prostitute?
I think you would want
I think
to.
you should.
I mean, I've never
probably.
had sex with a prostitute, but I would think I would want one.
Yeah.
Personally, that's a personal choice.
So there's hookers working at Harris, and
Yeah,
they pick up
then-
some guy and they don't have condoms. They're like, if you want to fuck
Some
me,
of the
it's up to you.
guys, right? And they want
Go
condoms.
downstairs.
That's
you're
like
a
both sides dropping the
prostitute.
ball, really.
Right.
I mean,
Seriously,
yeah.
but
yeah.
seriously, if you're a working girl, come on.
And they used to rob those guys.
You don't have
They used to rob them while
Oh
you
my
were.
God. The guys would come running. You'd see the girls leaving, and then the guy who took a shower while a prostitute was in his room. That's right. You're smart. Would come running out half naked. Like, did you see two girls? I'm like,
Two. Okay. Wow.
Like, dude.
And that happened repeatedly.
Oh, quite
And
a
was
few
it the same
times.
guy
the
that
same
came?
guys.
No, not the same guy.
No.
Sometimes the
Okay,
same
Thank
girls.
God for that at
Dude.
least.
Oh,
right?
God,
Yeah.
not again.
So what?
I, mean,
I thought I could trust them.
Lesson: don't take a shower while the prostitutes are still in the room.
Yeah.
That's lesson number one.
Lesson number
Lesson
one.
number two would be a guy has sex with a prostitute or whatever and then buys a condom off you because you feel sorry for him. And the next time he still doesn't have a condom.
Poor guy.
What's up with that?
He's an idiot. Well, he's probably
He's an idiot.
married. Sorry, ladies. We had quite a few married guys. For instance, there was one particular story. A guy came and was like, these people robbed me. And we're like, prostitutes? And they're like, no, they were just ladies, prostitutes. And they're like, and they robbed me and it's happened here. And so you're in charge. And so I remember being like, let's call your wife and see. And he's like, well, I mean, don't worry about it. I'm just saying there should be better security in your room. You let them in your room.
I can see why you enjoy this job. It must have been
Oh, it
pretty
was
good.
awesome. It was pretty awesome. I've always wanted to be one of those people who had every job under the sun by the time I was old enough to tell all the stories.
Yeah.
So
So you did have a pretty good.
Had
What
a
other
few.
ones did you do before you finally went down to work at Circus?
I sold timeshares for a few months.
That's a pretty interesting one.
No, I mean, well, yeah. I sat in the Riverwalk and I bombarded people on vacation. I'm like, hey, would you like a free cruise to sit at this presentation for 3 hours? And usually it's like, no.
Hang on, you got a free.
Is that really how it
You get a
works?
free, you get a free 3 to 4 day cruise if you sit through a 4 day. But your credit has to check out.
Yeah.
So usually it's always the people who has terrible credit
Yeah.
that, and you're like,
I'll do it.
sorry, yeah.
I guess if you think about it, you're on vacation in New Orleans. You only have 2, 3, 4 days or whatever. You really want to spend 3 hours at a fucking presentation for
Right.
a timeshare you're not going to take. You
Yeah,
can't
but
afford,
Grant,
and you don't even know
no,
where the
man,
hell it is.
That's not how you gamble. Just because you're
get a free
$20 in,
cruise.
if there's a good bet to be had, you make that bet. You know, you got to sit
Where'd
down.
the cruise go, though? I mean,
There were free cruises. Oh, it
But
was
to where?
out of
Did it
New
like go-
Orleans. You know those 3 day cruises out of New Orleans that are like $300 or
To
something.
Cozumel or
Yeah.
something.
It's a
Yeah.
vacation
Oh,
double
that's
down.
worth it.
Yeah.
I would do it, totally.
yeah.
Your
It's
credit's
not like
good.
you're going to go upriver to
I've
Cleveland or
sold
something.
3 tours right now.
And
I
did
mean,
you get paid on commission?
I would get paid by how many people I got in the door.
Just to sit down, not to
and
buy a
Not to buy
timeshare.
it. But if you
God,
bought
wouldn't it
something,
be cool?
then I got like a commission off of that.
Well, suppose you worked out a racket where if you're getting paid $8 a person, you tell these people, I will give you. No, it's got to be more than 8, right? It's more than $8 a person.
$8 a person. It's not that much more, but I can't remember how much. Like
Never
maybe
mind.
like $20.
This model's all wrong. Never
But
mind.
wouldn't all the girls you went to Ursuline with come down and do it for a free cruise, and then you get, I mean, at least that.
You would think I have
It's not
more
your
friends
entire
than I do,
family.
but I don't.
I wasn't sure how many friends you had, but
No,
you'd have a lot
I
of
would
friends you'd be
never
giving
do
away
that
a
to
free.
my friends.
You put on Facebook and say, "Hey, free cruise, come down here."
Come down.
I
Yeah,
can't
I had
imagine that
friends
hundreds
who
of
would
people
want
do
to,
it.
but it's everybody says they want to do something until you're like 3 hours of a sales presentation. They're like, I'm totally coming. And then by the time you're coming, I was only there for like, well, Mardi Gras came and they didn't want to give me off. And I was like, I quit.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Who's going to...
Who is not off during Mardi Gras?
I've never heard of that either.
It's like, I'm going to have
That's
to quit
insane.
this
Oh, I've quit
job.
jobs for that reason too.
It's Mardi Gras. I got to go.
Yeah.
You're-
Like when I first got to town, doing things on Bourbon Street, because that's all you can get when you're 20. You know, whatever.
Right.
Well, you were
And
doing
they'd be
the
like,
acid.
Some things are more
you
important.
You can't get this time off. I'd be like,
And they'd be like, how are you going to
I'm
pay your
taking
rent?
it.
I'm like, I live with my parents, so...
You're playing on Bourbon Street.
no, I wasn't playing. I was waitressing and stripping.
Oh, you
Shot
were a
girl?
stripper on Bourbon Street.
I love
was a
shot
shot girl,
girls.
too, yeah.
I love shot girls.
Well, you make a lot more money as a stripper on Bourbon Street over the holidays, like over Mardi Gras, wouldn't you think?
I was a terrible stripper.
What's the definition of that?
I didn't want to talk to people, and I didn't want them to look at me or touch me.
Would you give them judgy face?
Well, they don't have to
please tell me
touch
you
you,
gave
but
them
they
judgy
have to
face.
look, I think.
Yeah, I would get mad at them.
Were you
awesome.
like A,
That
B,
is
or
awesome.
C shift?
Well, I started out day shift, and then like night shift. I started out being like a hostess or whatever, and then so of course one night one dude was like, "I'll give you this much money," and you got more respect from the bouncers and made better money being a dancer. But like I was just the dancing part was fun. I'd like put on
I'm in the club
Iron
by
Maiden
myself.
or whatever and dance. I'd be like, "I love this song," and I'd be like, "What are you looking at?" Oh wait, I have to pretend to
You're
like
supposed
you.
to.
I
Got
don't
it.
like you.
So part of the job is making eye contact and looking like you're loving it.
Oh yeah, you faking it the whole time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, the good ones, they're good at it.
We
This
had
one
s-
guy was like, "You're my daughter's age," and I was like, "Ah!"
Oh my God. we had somebody on the show, didn't we, who told us about stripping and how much money they made and the girls getting
I don't know if I was
robbed.
here.
It was. Were you here for
Robbed.
You
that?
can make a lot of money being a stripper. I know people
Yeah.
that do it, but it's also
what they
like
were
it
saying.
affects your. It's kind of soul sucking.
Tough, yeah.
To be in that environment all
Yeah.
the time, and
I mean, people look
Uh,
at me
it just
naked
wasn't
for
for me.
free, though.
But some people
I mean,
put
not
themselves
me
through
personally.
medical
I'm just saying
school
in general.
and support families off of it. Like some people
Right.
like can do it and maintain it, and they're really great at it. I was just bad at it.
Did you have all these tattoos at the time?
No,
They were you.
not all of them, but
Not-
I did have some.
Your son.
Yeah, enough that it was a problem.
I was wondering
A
about that.
problem.
Oh yeah. You like the guy that? All right. I think he's dead now, so I can talk shit about him. Anyway, he was a jerk anyway. But like, did one night at Big Daddy's, used to have the swinging legs
Yeah.
out like that, And he pulls me in the back room and he's like, "You have too many tattoos." I had like 3 or 4. But then he had me to stand up, turn around, so my ass was intriguing, so I could work for that night. I made $20 and walked out. I was like, I'm never doing this again. Then I started painting houses.
That sounds like a bit more of a fun gig.
Yeah, I was like, I'm never doing that again. Never doing that.
Painting
How long did you
houses?
No, painting houses was fine.
Oh, inside
no, I
or
just said
outside?
I'm never stripping again.
How long did
Both.
you
I
stick it?
painted houses.
Okay.
I've driven forklifts. I've done a million jobs.
Nice. I
And
love
you,
that.
Did you know you had this incredible singing voice all that time? You did.
Well, I never thought like, oh, I'm so good, I'm gonna sing. Like I just sing because I love it, and it is like
But you moved here.
an emotional like I have to do it to be mentally healthy.
But
Basically,
you
I need
moved
that
here to be
release.
an entertainer.
No.
Ah.
Well, yeah, but that was in the circus.
You moved here with the circus.
Yeah.
Which-
What is your circus job?
I ate light bulbs and worms.
You
Eight
light bulbs?
light bulbs.
Yeah, I could do it right now if you got one.
Okay.
Wait, like you swallow them?
Yeah.
I feel weird asking this, but what eventually happens to
Right.
the light bulb post swallowing?
Oh, okay. That's an interesting
It's
question.
disgusting.
Oh,
Just
Okay.
kidding. Nothing. Nothing. It's really all right. I'm gonna give away a circus trick. I
Okay.
don't care if everybody's mad at me. I'm retired. It's really thin glass. Like I'm not gonna eat this. I don't think
It's
I
wine
could.
glass. No, don't eat the wine glass.
But is
it's
it
really
an
thin
actual
glass.
light
I thought you were
bulb?
going to do that.
Yeah, it's really thin glass. So you just chew it up. It basically turns back into sand, and you swallow it.
Oh, so you chew it, you don't swallow it. whole.
Oh no no
All
no
right.
no! And I wouldn't like bite a chunk out of the light bulb. I'd put it in a hanky, have someone come up from the audience, break it into bite-sized pieces, because I'm a lady after all. And then I'd, eat
Okay.
the pieces of glass.
See, I
Okay.
watched
Say
a
I'm gonna
movie
shit out
that-
chandeliers in the morning, and that was the act.
There was a movie that was like, oh, a light bulb in the mouth can like do stuff or kill
Some
you.
people really,
But it was
What?
a movie. What movie was that? Something that just came out. Where it was
Sound
like,
of
I put a
Music.
light
Saw. I think it was one of the Saw movies. I think at some point they did that in Saw.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, even just like having light bulb stuff in your mouth can like really fuck.
Well,
with
there's
you.
the white light bulbs are toxic. You know,
Okay.
you're supposed to
That's
wipe
good
off
to
the
know.
white
If you
stuff.
do this at home,
If you're doing it at
don't
home, wipe off the white
eat
stuff.
the
'cause
white-
it's
No
toxic.
white light bulb.
okay.
It's like
Yeah.
those would totally be fine.
That would be perfect.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so anybody can do this, right? Because if you're listening to this,
Don't do it.
You can
don't
totally
do
do
it.
it.
Don't do it. Just
Well, you're
don't
saying it's
do
not a
it.
trick.
Don't.
Anyone could just bust up a
Right,
light
you
bulb
could
and chew it
technically
up.
do it, but it's not fun or comfortable.
I guess if you're not
How do
getting...
you
It's
get
really bad for
started
your
doing
enamel.
that?
Well, because my other act wasn't worked out during this festival in New York, and
And you go,
they
oh,
were
eat
like,
that
"Here's
light bulb.
blah blah blah
What
with
was that?
this act."
Eating
And
what was the other act? Eating worms?
no, it involves
say-
ping pong balls and Kegels.
Oh,
So that one
I was
didn't
gonna
work
say
out.
that.
Can you
wait,
do
is that
that?
real?
I was gonna say
That's
that.
a real
yeah.
trick.
That's from
I
the...
thought
pre-
that was like
Priscilla, Queen of the
Yes,
Desert.
that's the... Let's,
I thought that was a South Park
Can
thing.
you
like,
do
that's
that? You-
real.
No, I can't do that. That's why I had to eat a light bulb on the spot.
Did you try doing that, though?
Yes, I tried.
You tried sticking light bulbs up yourself?
No.
I mean,
Ping
I
pong
mean ping
balls.
pong balls. I mean
she's
ping pong
classy.
balls. You try to stick a ping pong ball in your vagina and then...
I did stick a ping pong
Okay.
ball in my
Just
vagina.
one?
And instead of shooting it out to a target, it looked like I was laying an egg. And I was like, I am not ready for tonight's show. But everybody was on acid.
Can't go on. I can't go on.
And they called the ringmaster called me to the stage, and I didn't have an act.
What
so
kind
my
of
friend John
circus
Joyce
is
was
this?
like, "It's not a family show."
Is this like the Chris Rose Circus Sideshow?
I am missing
Jim
these.
Rose.
Jim Rose.
Yes,
Jim Rose circus.
yes, it was like Jim Rose. In fact, we performed with a few of them a few times.
Oh, okay. So what was your one called?
What?
What was the circus called?
It was called the Know Nothing Family Circus Sideshow
Oh my
and the
God.
End of the World
If
Circus.
any of my friends are listening, we gotta go to one of these shows.
No, it's
'cause-
done.
Are there no more freaky circus shows?
So what is
Yeah,
it? So
but
it's like it's
whatever.
7 o'clock
It's
on
not
a
as good. We
Oh.
were gross. We got ran out
Yeah.
of Bisbee, Arizona by the law in the church.
Damn it!
Yeah, we were disgusting.
Everything
By
used
the
to be
church.
gross.
What was the
Not
church
anymore.
doing down at the circus?
I don't know. I guess they were trying to make sure their kids were
I
okay.
think they were only there to try and get directions to how to get away from there.
How do we
Yeah.
get out of here?
No,
So-
basically the sheriff ran us out, and then the church was like, "Those Satanists," you know.
Wow. So just run it through this again. It's like it's 7 o'clock on a Tuesday night in the show, and the curtain's going to go up, and you're like, I'm going to shove a ping pong ball.
No, that never happened.
Well, that was the plan,
You
but you just
tried.
couldn't do it.
Well, yeah. I mean, okay. The
But you
closing
don't have
act of
to
the
learn
show was a
that.
guy that laid on a bed of nails and could suck his own
Wow.
hats. And the other closing
Why
act
would
of
you
the
have to do
show,
that on a bed of nails? That would just be
because
enough.
that's impressive.
Why has nobody revived this show?
Where's that
Because
guy?
there's only a certain amount of freaks in the world with these
Also,
special
is-
talents,
is-
and they've mostly moved on to music now.
Is
so.
he single?
No, he is not single, but
Is he Jewish?
no, sorry, he's not Jewish either.
Damn it.
But his wife is.
Okay.
Okay. And that was the highlight. That was the end of the show, the finale. So you
Yeah.
were going to be the
I was like somewhere in the middle.
okay.
So
I mean,
shooting
what's eating a light
ping
bulb and
pong
some
balls
worms? No, that
is
never
not
happened.
No,
Like
the ping pong ball was a
finale.
great.
It
Yeah,
would've
everyone
been
keeps going back to
material.
that. I want to hear more about the light. I want to hear more about the light bulb.
And I'm like,
Like I
ping pong
tried that,
balls.
and I was like, "That's not gonna work."
I gotta go buy some ping pong balls right after.
What is the
this.
trick that would make that work? Did anyone teach you how
Kegel exercises.
to Kegels?
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm doing
So
it
if
right
you
now.
had, if you had, so if you've
Guys
got,
don't get that.
if
That's
you've got good vagina muscles,
No, we can like
Anyone-
squeeze.
Yeah,
We can peck her.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
Can you?
I do an equivalent.
Really?
Yeah.
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 Interesting.
Oh, is that like when it high fives you? I mean,
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
You gotta keep things taut
isn't
when
it-
you're gay too.
Isn't it time now?
okay. It's time to go back to the hairdresser. You've got to
Yeah, I
keep
do have
things
to go
taut
back
when
to
you're
my
gay. That's a
hairdresser.
good one.
Right.
Okay.
But
All
he's
right, so-
not gay. You're not gay.
No, I'm not. No.
Okay, good, because a friend of mine
Okay, good.
Really
is
because-
in love with you.
What a
And she's
relief.
got a vagina.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. Has she got any ping pong balls?
Can she do Kegels?
Yeah.
Yeah. How many women do Kegel exercises? Everybody? or
Every
nobody?
woman does Kegel exercise.
Allison's nodding yes.
The minute you find out about Kegel exercise,
You're like,
You
you're
do
like,
it.
I can do that.
You're like, that's easy. Nobody even knows I'm doing them.
Right.
Is it a weight loss exercise?
It probably burns a calorie or two.
It does. Okay.
I think
that's
I
good.
just
Not the
burned one.
point.
Yeah, you're not doing them to
You're
get
not-
skinny.
No.
We've come to the end of happy hour. Can you believe it?
Oh,
What a great way
already?
to
Damn
end.
it.
Right.
Kegel exercises for weight loss. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. My guest today has been Brooke Boudreau from the Circle Food Store. You can see her down there, or you can listen to her on NPR.
Sometime,
time.
yeah.
I bet they'll give you your own show on NPR now you did that.
They probably should.
They should, really, because you're in
Yeah.
management, you've got a degree,
Right.
and you've got an
I'm
awesome
pretty
voice.
awesome,
and you've
so-
been on Marketplace, and now you've been on a podcast
I know,
in the
and
same week.
this is really
Damn.
probably the highlight of
Busy.
my career.
Wow,
you
all
know.
right. Well, come back and see us again.
I would love to.
We only scratched the surface of
You're right.
your life. I'm sure there's more to go.
There's a little bit. It's a little bit in there.
We only got as far as condoms and hookers in the hotel. Mashia Lake
going
as
to work
well.
wasted.
Hey, Mashia, where can we find you in there? Because you play here all the time around
Yeah.
town. Where can we find you?
I'm at Chickawawa Wednesdays at 8.
Every Wednesday?
Yeah. Till the 25th when I go on tour. And the Spotted Cat on Tuesdays. And it's,
Okay, so
a lot
Spotted
of
Cat on
places.
Tuesdays and Chickawawa Wednesdays.
Yeah, those are the steady
They're the
steadies.
two
And then the
ones we
counters.
can see Mashia Lake. And your band as well? And the call. Okay. Well, that's great. And
Most
Vic
of 'em.
Granata is
Hey.
here as well. Thank you so much for joining us. We
To
can
you.
find you online by just Googling Vic Granata. And if anybody wants to date
yeah.
you and they're a good-looking young Jewish man,
Yes,
how old should
a
they
nice
be?
young Jewish boy. I would say anything over 35.
Anything over 35.
Oh,
under,
really?
and under,
You
would have
oh,
like
over
a
35.
really?
I'm 47.
Oh my
Wow.
God!
Damn.
Big
Thank
doing-
you. Thank you. It is all the booze and cigarettes.
Wow.
That's whatever you're
Nice.
doing. It's those male Kegels, I think that's doing.
Yeah,
it.
I'm doing
No
them now.
25?
High five.
Is it like this?
Okay, that's impressive. That's impressive.
That is.
You look great. If you
You
want to
look
see a photo of what
fantastic.
Vic looks like, go to our Facebook page or our website.
What about
itsneworleans.com.
25?
Oh, I'd go there. All right. As long as they're older than my oldest nephew, I'm fine.
How old is your oldest
So 20,
nephew?
so 25 is fine because he's 24. So
Oh,
Oh.
perfect.
yeah,
That's a fair thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
I see it.
That's a decent kind of.
I feel like, the guy looks young, why not? Yeah,
He
that's fair.
does.
Yeah, well,
I mean,
because at a certain
Ride
point.
the wave till it breaks, man.
That's
Get
right.
that shit out of the
Yeah,
park.
but
That's right.
some people aren't like worth dating if they're too young because they're too much. There's just too much.
Who's talking about dating?
I know.
They
You
talking
want
about
to date?
What are you
Kegels,
talking
man.
about?
Talking
My
about
boyfriend
Kegels.
is 25.
They have,
Yo.
But he's a very mature 25.
they have to be able to watch black and white movies. If they're willing to say,
Yeah.
I want to watch black and white movies, I'm like, you know what? This date is over.
But is it a
And they
date?
have to be
or
supporting themselves.
Are you just trying to get laid? Are you looking to date or just get laid? So either or. So
Date. Yes, I'm not looking to get married, but I'm not looking for a anonymous hookup.
Friends
Getting
with
laid more than
benefits.
once.
Yeah.
Getting laid
he
more than
wants
once.
friends with benefit.
Yeah. Well,
But
getting laid is better if
that
you
might
like
eventually
somebody.
lead to something that would be nice, but I'm
Right.
not on the hunt for
I
that.
have someone perfect for you, and now he doesn't live here anymore.
Oh,
Sad.
see, I never liked you.
Sad.
Where does he live, this guy?
He moved to Texas like a month or two
That's
ago.
not that far
On
away.
purpose, or did he lose a bet?
On purpose. On purpose. I don't get it either.
And he's Jewish and he moved to Texas?
He's not Jewish.
Maybe
but-
Well,
it'll be
he's out.
back then. I bet it'll be like, this
No,
sucks.
I'll accept non-Jewish.
Okay.
Okay,
He's
well,
hot.
now we're broadening things out.
He's hot though.
He's
so-
hot.
You should meet my roommate.
The sad part is you look
He's not
younger
Jewish.
than him and you're older than him, and he would have an issue with that.
Okay, what's your
I'm
roommate's
being
deal?
rejected and I haven't even
Bashir?
met him.
Oh, he's awesome.
Gorgeous?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you
Does
need,
Kegels?
does he have to be?
Yeah.
Does he have to be?
I hear them
He does not
happening all
have
the
to be
time.
Jewish. That's
Does
just
he
a nice
have,
perk.
Does he have to be employed?
Employed to be
Oh,
nice, but
he's got 2 jobs.
all right,
Twice as good.
all right.
Okay.
So it's sort of like I'd have a harem. I'd have one guy but 2 jobs, so it's like having 2 boyfriends with jobs. So it's awesome.
I love it. Okay, so you can take a look at the photo of Vic, and if you like the look of him on our Facebook page or our website, itsneworleans.com, drop us a line here at Happy Hour. Graham DuPont, our producer, will hook you up. And we take 10% of everything that works out.
That's fine. I've done that before.
Even
fair.
sexual favors?
Oh.
Yeah, I've done that before.
Thanks so much for joining us. The producer of our show is Graham DuPont. Our associate producer and technical director is Chris Kehoe. Christian Unruh is our music director, and our theme song was written by and is currently being played by Mitch Foreman. If you'd like to be on our show and you can sit around the table here at Wayfair for an hour and drink copiously, drop us a line. Our address is on our website, itsneworleans.com, where you can also check out many more happy hours, as well as some other shows we make here. Out to lunch with Peter Raschuti live at Commander's Palace. True to the Game with the fabulous Chris True. Midnight Menu +1 with Margot Moss and the man who ate New Orleans, Ray Canada. Louisiana Eats with Poppy Tucamilo's Music Parlor with Kim Vu, and the revolutionary new way to buy a house in New Orleans, Unlisted Nola. You can keep up with us on Facebook, on Twitter, and a bunch of other time-sucking social media as well. And all of it we call It's New Orleans. You can find photos from this page on itsneworleans.com and on our Facebook and Google Plus pages. You can see a photo of Vic and all the rest of us. Those photos were taken today by our fabulous photographer, Alison Moon, who also brought us these buttermilk drops. Thank you so much. If you're listening to the show on iTunes or Stitcher or some other podcast app you prefer, thank you for subscribing to us. That's awesome of you. Take a moment now to stop and rate and review us. That helps other people find us. Our show was recorded live today at Wayfair on Ferret Street, where they put fine dining into a sandwich, which they actually do, and fine booze into a glass, and everybody enjoyed their drinks thoroughly.
And they have brunch now. Did you know that?
And they have brunch on Sundays.
Saturdays and Sundays.
And
And
the
it's
second
fucking
best
amazing.
lemon icebox pie
Lemon
in the
icebox
city.
Mimosas?
Oh, okay.
Mimosas.
And that's all on fucking awesome brunch on Saturday and
Yes.
Sundays here at Wayfair on Ferret Street. Happy Hour is a production of INO Broadcasting. For itsneworleans.com, for Andrew Duhon, Graham DePonte, everybody back at our INO office and around the table here at Wayfair. I'm Grant Morris. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you back here next week on Happy Hour.
Damn, that was fun. We went over.
Let's consider the secret life of the innermost nesting doll. Living most of her life in the dark, inside the other nesting dolls, she has plenty of time to think, if she could. Sadly, she has no brain. However, when an innermost nesting doll hears that Geico not only saves people money, but also has been providing great service for over 75 years, she thinks it's obvious you should switch. Because yes, switching to Geico is a no-brainer. Pity the innermost nesting doll and her lot in life.